Hello, my name is Karina, and welcome to my channel, Life's Little Things. I have been tagged by Morgan, my joyful home. "30 random questions?" Okay, this one really made me think. Okay, the first random thing about me is I am 5'2" and 3/4. I am that close to being 5'3", but not quite. That's why whenever I put weight on, you can tell. Yeah. Thanks, 5'2". Thanks a lot. Number 2, I was and still am a tomboy. When I was little, I would climb trees, I played with the boys, I read comics, I dressed up as a football player one year for Halloween. Oh yeah, definite tomboy. And I am still a little bit of a tomboy and a roughneck. Yeah, and yet I can be girly too. That's what's fun about being a girl. Number 3. When I go to the park, whether it's just us as a family or with nieces and nephews or whatever, I don't just go to the park and just sit. I play. I play on the swings, I slide on the slides, I climb on all that stuff, I do monkey bars. Not very good at monkey bars, but I still try. Yeah, I don't just sit. I play. And I'll tell you, the older I get, the more sore I am for a few days afterwards from playing. But oh, is it worth it? I love getting in there with the kids and I love to play. Number 4, I love historical romances. I am a sucker for a good historical romance. Oh. Number 5, I love all things fast. Jets, planes, cars, motorcycles. I love anything super fast. I love speed. I love the speed of things. Number 6, I love the sound of a motorcycle when it rumbles. And old vintage cars when they rumble. Oh, I love it. I love that sound. It always makes me stop and just, oh, you know? Number 7, I am allergic to cats and I have slight asthma. And I'm a cat lover, so. Number 8, I love classic movies and classic shows. I just do anything. I mean, seriously, Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Lucille Ball, Audrey Hepburn, all those good classics. I love them. Fred Astaire, oh my, Ginger Rogers. Number 9, I am named after my 2 grandmothers. I have my grandmother on my mom's side and my grandmother on my dad's side. My name is Karina. My grandmother's name was Cora. That was my mom's mom. My dad's mom, her middle name was May. So my name is Karina May. Number 10, my birthday is May 22nd. And I'm getting up there. Number 11, I was a Sunday school teacher, junior church teacher. I worked in the nursery. We were very, very, very active in our church. I also, after I got older, right after I had Justin, I got to be a women's leader of the women's meetings and stuff like that, so I got to be an assistant, not an actual leader, because I was too young at the time to be an actual leader, but I got to be an assistant, and that was a lot of fun. I loved it. But I loved that. We were very active in our church. Number 12, I learned and was driving. By the age of 14, I was driving. I I had already known how to drive. I probably started driving. My dad started work with me probably when I was about 10 to 12. By 14, I could drive a stick shift even. Stick shift and automatic. But I did not get my driver's license until I was 17. My mom was waiting for my sister Cassie to get old enough to be able to, for both of us to take driver's training together. So, yes, so I could drive at 14, but I didn't get my license until 17. Number 13, I have 8 siblings, and we have 2 sets of twins. Yes, and they're each a boy and a girl. So I have, there's 9 of us all together, but 2 sets of twins. And they're a boy and a girl. They never were like girl or girl and boy and boy. It ended up being a boy and a girl. It's pretty cool. Number 14, my mom and dad did not get married until I was 5 years old. And I was so excited. When I was in kindergarten, I was telling my teacher all about my mom and dad getting married and how excited I was. And my mom could have just died. She was like, "Why are you telling them that we are getting married?" I was little. I didn't know that you weren't supposed to do that back in them days, but I was excited. My mom and dad got married when I was 5 years old. Number 15, I was going to be a missionary. I had it all set up. I knew what I was going to do. I was working with a mission organization, and I was actually going to be a missionary. But it ended up not working out, so. Number 16, I love to travel. There is so many things in this world to see that I want to see so bad. I would love to one day even be able to go across the ocean and see other countries. I think that would be awesome. I would also love to go on a cruise. That's a big dream of mine, is to go on a cruise. But I love to travel. I love to get in the car and go everywhere, but I also love to just fly. Oh, I love it. Number 17, I have never had a birthday party. And sometimes I think that's why I throw birthday parties, or I did when the boys were little. I made sure that their birthdays were just extra, extra special. But yeah, I never had a birthday party. I thought my mom was going to surprise me on my 16th birthday, and she never did. And I was so disappointed. But, oh well. Number 18, I love pasta. Love pasta. I love anything pasta. Spaghetti. I just love Italian food. Lasagna. Oh my goodness. Pasta salads. Yeah, I love pasta. Number 19, I went to a Christian school. I went to a Christian school for, let me see, 5th, 6th, 7th, so 3 years. And before that, I went to a public school. And yeah, 5th grade, 6th grade, and 7th grade, I was at a Christian school. And number 20, I was homeschooled from 8th grade to 12th grade. And the graduating class I ended up graduating with, they were in another city, and I didn't know them. They didn't know me. They were with a homeschool group in a bigger city, but I still got to wear a cap and gown, which I'm very grateful for, and I got to walk down an aisle and have the whole ceremony. It was very special. So yes, I was homeschooled from 8th grade to 12th grade. Number 21, before children, I held down, at one time I was holding down 3 jobs at one time. I was exhausted. I worked at 2 different stores, and then I would babysit for another lady for her, and I also would do like her yard work, wash her windows, do stuff like that. And yeah, I was really tired, but the money was good. And it gave me something to do. I just love having something to do. Number 22, I grew up in a haunted house. Until I was 12 years old, so for my first 12 years of my life, our house was haunted. A lot of weird stuff happened. I'll have to tell you about that one day. Number 23, We lived in our cabin for 1 year. We were in a transition from going from a bigger city in Michigan and moving up to a small town in Michigan. And so we lived in our cabin for 1 year before my mom and dad bought a house. And let me tell you, that was one of the best years of our lives. Oh my goodness. We got to ice skate, we would sled, we would go to the beach in the summer. Oh, it was the best year of our life. 24. I love to swim. Love it. I love the water. I have always been a water person. Even when I was little, I was a water baby. I played in the water. I love to swim. Number 25, when I was about 4 years old, I drove a boat for my first time. It was a speedboat. I wasn't supposed to, and my dad we had a speedboat and we were trolling in a river, and my sisters had their feet, they were sitting up on the front part of the boat, and they had their feet in the water, and we were just going so slow, so slow. And my sister Cassie hated the sound of the motor, so my mom was sitting in the back seat with her, holding her, to try to muffle the sound of the boat. And my dad asked, I probably was bothering him to drive it, and my dad let me drive it. He put me in the driver's seat, and I remember having to get up on my hands and knees, on my knees, so I could reach the steering wheel, and down below was the shifter, and this little thing in my brain came in and was like, Dad's like, don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. And he told me, you stay straight. I mean, he explained everything, and he was right by me. And I was driving it, and so a little voice came in my brain. I remember it. And it was like, you need to go faster. This is too slow. You need to go faster. And so I reached down, and I quick put it into a higher gear, and let me tell you what, that boat took off, and I got to control it for like probably a split second, and I was so excited, and yet I got yelled at. But my dad, he jumped up and he grabbed a hold of that, slammed that boat back into a slower gear. He was like, don't you ever. My sisters were screaming. Oh my goodness, they were jumping up on the boat because their feet were in the water. And they were screaming, and my dad's like, don't you ever do that. And he didn't let me drive the boat. Nope, I don't remember driving the boat after that. I'm sure I did, and he was just very stern with me about not, shifting it. But, oh man, for that split second, see, I told you, I like fast things. So even when I was 4, for that split second, oh, that was amazing. Number 26. I always helped my dad with cars, working on cars, and any kind of construction work type things that he needed to do around the house. Me and him, I helped him build a shed. He was always concerned with me lifting heavy things, but I always helped him as much as possible. Take care of the roof of the houses. I'd climb up on the roofs, help them shingle when I was little, even like 9 and 10. I remember helping him work on a stick shift car, and I couldn't even reach the pedal, and I had to slide all the way down just to be able to reach the pedal. And he'd sit me up on pillows, and I'd hold the flashlight for him and stuff like that. So I helped my dad work on cars and the house and stuff since I was really little. Number 27, I love camping. We were raised to go camping. My mom and dad used to tent camp with us, and eventually they got a camper. But we were raised on camping, and Jason was too, him and his family. So we loved to go camping. We had a camper when the boys were little, and so because we wanted to make sure that they got to experience that too. So they loved it, and they got to experience camping too. There is nothing like camping. I love it. Number 28, I am very, very close to a woman that I say she is my second mom, because she is. She has known me since I was 9 years old, and I am very close to her. I call her and she calls me. We write letters to each other, and about every week, if not more. And I am so blessed to have her in my life. I love her so much. Number 29, when I was in 7th grade in the Christian school, I was bullied, horribly bullied by the junior high and high school girls in the school. It was really bad, and they were very mean, very mean. And yeah, it was bad. That was one of the reasons that we left the Christian school, was because I was bullied. Number 30. I was the lead in a play. We had tryouts for a play, and I came up against, everybody. And we did the readings and stuff, and whichever one that we fit, that's what we got picked for, and I got picked for the lead in the play, and I had to memorize the play. I remember everything about it. Oh, what a huge night. And the day before the play, the day of the play, I ended up getting the flu. And I was home from school sick, and the person, they already had somebody lined up to take my place in the play, and I refused to let them take my place in the play. And I was there that night, and I was in that play, and I did it. And then we went on to perform at like the VA hospitals and stuff like that. So it wasn't just through the school, it was also through like VA hospitals and stuff. It was so much fun. It was an experience that I treasure, and I'm glad that I got to do. So, okay, those are 30 random things about me, and I just want to thank you for watching this. And if you want to do this, please feel free to do this. I would love to see any of you do 30 random things about you. I just love it. I love learning about everybody. So, all right, you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.